Hey, so I wanted to talk about some of the things I was learning in my physiological psychology course. And so I wanted to cover the cerebral hemispheres of the brain and its protection, right? And so usually most people think of, the defense of the brain being the skull, right? But that's not actually the only layer, right? So your very first layer is your scalp. You can't quite see mine, but it's made of flesh and, skin. And so overall, it's kind of underrated, but it really helps serve as the first layer of protection and as like a cushioning layer, right? And so then you also have your skull, which everyone knows is kind of like this rock hard, sort of like dense, kind of helmet like thing that really helps protect the brain. It kind of can take all the force in a sense. And then little do people know, between both the scalp and the skull, there's this layer called dura mater. And so dura mater is actually like this leathery sort of layer. It's one of the three meninges, and it serves sort of as a in between. It's also very important in protecting the brain. Now, to actually cover the fundamentals of the brain, it's split into a left and right hemisphere, which has to do with logic and language, creativity and spatial awareness, just a bunch of processing and thinking ideas, right? So, sitting below the two hemispheres is actually the cerebellum, which is also very important because it's serves as a control for motor control and balance. So while one is thinking, the cerebellum helps prevent the individual from, say, collapsing or falling and whatnot. And so finally, what's also in the brain is cerebrospinal fluids, which help with, moving around nutrients and necessaries and getting rid of toxins. And it also even helps in preventing, issues with the brain if there's like physical force and whatnot, and it helps reduce the damages. So those are just some interesting concepts I wanted to cover from my physiological psychology course covering the cerebral hemispheres of the brain.